All right, now we're going to work on adding, subtracting, and deleting phonemes. All right, so you have the word red. Add a b, you have bread. You have end. Add a fur, you have friend. You have ill. Add der, you have drill. Rap. Add a ter, you have trap. And add a ger, you get grand. Okay? So rush, add a b, you have brush. Oh, excuse me. Rack, add a k, you have crack. Uck, add a tur, you have truck. Rag, add a b, you have brag. Ramp, add a k, you have cramp. Okay. Rack, add a t, you have rack. Add a der, you have drum. Cur, oh, sorry, I just gave that one to you. It's crush. So rush, add a k, you have crush. Ash, add a cur, you have crash. And add a bur, you have brand. Rip, add a der, you have drip. Ant, add a ger, you get grant. Ill, add a fur, you have frill. Okay. Rick, add a t, you get trick. Raft, add a d, you have draft. Rust, add a t, you have trust. In, add a ger, you get grin, smiling. Rip, add a t, you get trip. Ramps, add a g, you get gramps. And then rust, add a k, you get crust. All right, so that was adding. Good job, guys. All right, so now we're going to do substituting. So let's get to that. All right. So we have drum. Change the der to cur. You now have crumb. Take the word brag. Change the bur to der. You now have drag. Take the word trip. Take tr. Replace it with ger. You now have grip. Take the word brant. Replace the bur with ger. You now have grant. Take the word crop. Replace the cur with der. You now have drop. Take the word brush. Replace the bur with cur. You now have crush. Take the word drill. Replace the der with fur. Now have frill. Okay. Take the word grab. Place the ger. Change it to cur. You now have crab. Take the word press. Take the per. Replace it with dirt. You now have dress. Take the word bread. Change the bur to dirt. You have dread. Take the word drum. Take the der and replace it with fur. You now have from. Take the word glass. Replace the gl with gur. You now have grass. Take the word track. Replace the ter with cur. You now have crack. Take the word prick. Replace the per with ter. You now have trick. Take the word crunch. Change it to a bur. You now have brunch. Take the word drop. Take the der, change it to a per. You now have prop. Take the trust. Change the tur to a cur, you now have crust. Take the word grip. Change the gur to dur, you now have drip. Take the word draft. Change the dur to gur, you now have graft. Take the word crush. Change the cur to burr, you now have brush. Take the word drank. Change the dur to pull, you now have plank. Take the word crumb. Change the cur to dur, you now have drum. Take the word dress. Change the dur to purr, you now have press. Take the word gramps. Change the gur to cur, you now have cramps. Take the word trim. Change the tur to dur. Take the word trim. Change the tur to gur, you now have grim. Take the word French. Change the fur to dur, you now have drench. Take the word bread. Change the burr to fur, you now have bread. Take the word crump. Change the cur to gur, you now have grump. Take the word grabby. Change the gur to cur, you now have crabby. Take the word frumpy. Change the fur to gur, you now have grumpy. Take the word grass. Change the gur to burr, you now have brass. Take the word brim. Change the burr to tur, you now have trim. Take the word trip. Change the tur to dur, you now have drip. Take the word brand. Change the burr to gur, you now have grand. And then take the word gur or gram. Change the gur to cur, you now have cram. Yeah, cram. Good job. Okay. So now we are going to do deleting. Okay, so the word track. Okay, we've been working on this. So the word track without the t is just rack. Drum. Without the dur is just Take crush. Without the crur is just ush. Without the word crash. Without the k is just rash. Brand. Without the burr is just and. Drip. Without the dur is just ip. Vrant. Without the gur is just ant. Frill without the fur is just ill. Trick without the t is just rick. Draft without the d is just aft. The word trust without the t is just rust. Friend without the fur is just end. Grin without the gur is just in. Trip without the tur is just rip. Gramps without the g is just ramps. Crust without the k is just rust. Bread without the b is just bread. Drill without the d is just ill. Trap without the t is just rap. Grand without the gur is just and. Brush without the b is just rush. Crack without the k is just rack. Truck without the tur is just uck. Brag without the b is just rag. Cramp without the k is just ramp.